If you're a new driver in the UK and your insurance quote is coming back at 2,000, 3,000 or even more, stop before you pay it. You might be making one of those mistakes that pushes the price up. One of the biggest shocks for new drivers in the UK isn't always buying the car, it's the insurance. Especially if you've just passed your test, moved to the UK, or you're buying your first car. You might end up finding a cheap car for 2,000, then the insurance comes back at more than the car itself. But before you panic, there are a few simple things that can help you bring the price down. And the best part is, most of them don't cost you anything to check. First thing, never just accept the first quote. Insurance prices can be completely different depending on the provider, the comparison site, and even the details you enter. So before you buy a policy, compare quotes properly. Use comparison sites like Money Supermarket, Confused, Go Compare, or Compare the Market. And don't just click one site if the price looks crazy. Sometimes the exact same driver can see hundreds of pounds different between quotes. So the first rule is simple: compare before you buy. Second, and this is a big one, don't buy the car first and check insurance after. That's where a lot of new drivers get caught out. A car might look cheap to buy, but it could be expensive to insure. In the UK, cars are placed into insurance groups from 1 to 50. The lower the insurance group, the cheaper it usually is to insure. So, a sensible first car like a Toyota Yaris, Hyundai i20, Volkswagen Polo, Fiesta or Corsa, maybe a Honda Jazz, will usually be a better option than something sporty, modified, or high-powered. Because cheap car does not always mean cheap insurance. Before you buy the car, check the insurance quote first. Third, consider adding a more experienced driver as a named driver. This could be a parent, partner, or family member who generally may use the car. Sometimes this can reduce the price because the insurer sees a more experienced person also linked to the policy. But here's the important warning: do not put them as the main driver if you are the person actually using the car the most. That is called fronting, and it can get your insurance cancelled, your claim refused, or cause serious problems later. So name driver, yes. Fronting, no. Fourth, if you can afford it, pay annually instead of monthly. Monthly payments can look easier because they spread the cost out, but you usually end up paying more overall because interest is added. So if you can pay for the year up front, it can save you money. But only do this if it won't leave you struggling financially. The goal is to save money, not put yourself under pressure. Fifth, consider a black box policy. I know some people don't like the idea of being monitored, but for new drivers, it can make a big difference. A blocks policy looks at things like your speed, braking, acceleration, cornering, and sometimes when you drive. If you drive sensibly, it can help reduce your costs, but make sure you understand the rules before you choose one. Some policies may have restrictions, so always read the details properly. Bonus tip: make sure your current job title and mileage are accurate. Different job titles can sometimes produce different prices, but whatever you choose must still be truthful. Don't lie just to get a cheaper quote. Same with mileage. Don't guess too high or too low. Try to be realistic about how much you actually drive, because if your details are wrong, it could cause problems if you ever need to claim. So before you buy your first car, check the insurance price first, not after, because the insurance could completely change whether that car is actually affordable. You can use the link in my description to compare quotes and get an idea of what you might actually pay before you commit. Insurance is one of the biggest costs for new UK drivers, but small choices can make a big difference. The car you choose when you compare who you add to the policy, how you pay, and whether you use a black box can all affect the final price. So don't just rush into the first quote. Compare properly. Choose the right car. Be honest with your details and always check the insurance before buying the car. If you want to avoid costly mistakes, save money, and learn simple UK driving tips, this is what this channel is about. Subscribe for more UK car and driving advice, especially if you're a new driver, buying your first car, or trying to save money on the road.